Hi, it's Chris, and I want to welcome you to Child Development. So here's what it looks like when you sign in as a student. Obviously, the first thing you're going to do is go through the orientation folder. Make sure you go through everything. Some very important information is in there, especially about plagiarism. So make sure you read that. Make sure you read the syllabus. There's some things about research, so go ahead and go through all that. When you're ready to get started, I think the easiest thing to do is to go through course content. And then you'll just select the week that we're in. If you take note, I did postpone the due date for the first chapter. I had some problems with WebCT before the class started, so I want to make sure that everyone has a chance to get Chapter 1 done. So Chapter 1 is not going to be due until June 5th, and that is different than the syllabus. But take note that Chapter 2 and 3 are also going to be due on June 5th. So you want to make sure that you get things started and get working as soon as possible. So you go to the chapter that we're doing for that week. And some weeks it will be 2 chapters. You click in, and here are the things that I want you to do. The learning goals will give you some direction as to what I want you to know. I find the outline to be very helpful, and I add that in for you. The way I like to study is I print out the outline, and then I highlight and take notes on that paper as I read the chapter, and for me that's an excellent way of learning the material. The PowerPoint is very helpful because it's a visual aid to help you learn. Often I will add personal information. You'll see pictures of me, pictures of my kids, pictures of me doing things at work, real life scenarios. I also add things that your textbook does not cover. I really like your textbook, but there's some things that the author just doesn't cover, and working in the field as a therapist and having worked with children for 20 years, there's some things I think are really important, so I add those in as appropriate. We have some videos that also will help you learn the material. Then there's 2 practice quizzes. Those are purely practice. You do not have to do them, but I recommend doing them because the questions are very similar to your graded quiz. In fact, you may see the same questions. So once you're ready to take the graded quiz, you go ahead and you take that. You have 1 hour to take it. You may take it twice, but just remember there needs to be 4 hours in between taking it. And the reason I do that is so you have time to study the material, to contact me, to learn anything that you had problems with the first time. And then I also add the discussion for that week. So every week it's exactly the same. By Sunday, you have a quiz due and you have a discussion due. Some weeks there might be 2 chapters we cover, and in that case you would have 2 quizzes due, but there's always only 1 discussion. So if we cover chapters 2 and 3, you would need to do quiz for 2, quiz for 3, but then there'll only be 1 discussion. The weeks that we have the midterm and the final, you don't have any other chapters, it's just purely taking the midterm and the final. The midterm and the final are not cumulative. Midterm covers the first half of the course, final covers the second half of the course, but you only get 1 hour to take it and you only get 1 attempt. The idea is by the time you're taking those, you've already learned the material, and now is your chance to demonstrate to me that you really do know that material. A couple other things I want to point out. If you see a green star, that means that there's new items available. Please check out the discussion board. Especially if you see a green star by the mail, that means I sent you a message, so please read it. If you see a green star by the microphone here, make sure you, actually it's not a microphone, it's more of a announcement, I don't even know what to call it, megaphone. If you see the green star there, that means that I made an announcement for the class, and generally that's when I let you know that there might be some homework or something in addition. I will never throw anything at you. I will always let you know. You will always have 10 days to do things, except for the final. The final is obviously during finals week. Please call me, email me, let me know if you have any questions. I am here to help you, and I look forward to having a great semester.